Okay, so this is Windows 10. We're going to download iTunes for Windows. So they want us to get it from the Microsoft Store. Okay, so we're going to launch it. Okay, so it's finished. So this version is 12.10.4.2. Okay, so if you don't have any account with iTunes, if we look in here and we look in music and the iTunes Media, right now we have nothing in it. Okay, so now first thing we need to do is to go to Setup, Preference. So go to Preferences, to Advanced, and if you look in here, they will say the folder location. And if you want, I always use the Keep iTunes Media folder organized and copy files to iTunes Media folder when adding to library. When import setting. So normally they use AAC encoder. I like to use MP3 encoder. Okay. So it's up to you. You can set high quality at 160 or good quality 128. So I leave it at 160. So when I import the CD, then it will be at 160. Okay. So that is the basic. So what I'm going to do now is to import songs from hard drive, which I have a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to plug in my hard drive. I want to add the whole folder of my music from the external hard drive. So what I'm going to do is to add folder to library. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go to my passport here. And I'm going to go to EGOF music. That's where all my music is. And I'm going to go to music here. So I'm going to select. So if you look if I open, they got a whole bunch of album in there, but I want them to get everything from music. So I'm going to click music. That's a folder. So I select folder music and I'm going to select. So look at this. So it start importing everything in there. So I only have like 16 gig of music, so not a lot, because I only have some of that I like. So now it's importing. So it doesn't matter. You can import one folder, or you can import the whole big folder with everything in it. So it's quite fast. Okay, so I plug in the CD. So do you want to do that? Yes. So I'm going to import 12 songs, 44 minutes. So it's importing my external CD doesn't work very well, but you get the idea. So now if we look, Vivaldi, the fourth season, just recently added. Okay, now we can look at this one and we can see song info. So they will tell you which album it is. It's a classical. So it's track 1 of 12. So we can change anything in here if we want. Okay. What I do is I look at the songs. So genre is I use for all, like for the 80s, the 90s, that's what I do. So it's easy for me later to create a playlist. So for instance, if I want to create a playlist, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit new playlist. So now I'm going to do playlist all my 80s. Okay. So I'm going to click here, genre, and it's going to sort all the one that I use for the songs. So I'm going to go to, so if I click 80s, so the 80s that I use is only for the new wave songs. So I'm going to highlight, shift all the way down a genre, 80s. I'm going to drag it over to my playlist 80s. So now if I click 80s, all the songs are there. Okay. So now if I want to create my own playlist with the songs that's my favorite, for instance, so Control N is playlist. So my favorite. So if I click my favorites, so now I click the songs. Alright. So I look in here, I want a single song. So Moment in Love, for instance. I like that. So I can just drag it over to my favorite. So if I click my favorite now, I have Moment in Love in there. Or every time I hear something, I could be happy. I right click, add to playlist, and my favorite. So it will be in there. So now my favorite I have is Moment in Love and I Could Be Happy. Alright. So that's how you create the playlist. So now if I want to export the playlist, I'm gonna go to where do I go? Library. I'm gonna export my playlist. So where do you want to put it? So I want to put it here, 80s. Now, save as type. For me to put it into the car, USB, like my Audi and stuff, or my Android TV box, I use M3U file. Okay? So see, I already have a whole bunch of them there already. So I'm going to do 80s. So now, in order for me to play for any of the head unit in the car to see the playlist, I have to edit this one. So right now, let's look at the 80 I just did. So what I want to use Notepad. So if you look in here, the head unit will not see user Lewis Music iTunes. So when I copy the whole music library over, which is this one, iTunes Media, Music, they already made the album already by iTunes because it's organized by itself. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this whole music folder over to wherever. So I'm going to do it now, okay? Okay, I'm going to plug in my micro SD 64 gig. So inside here I have a music folder already, which is the same as the other one. But see, when I plug this one into a head unit to play, the root, they only see music and whatever the song inside, okay? So what I'm going to do is that for this one to work, the playlist to work, I have to rename this whole thing right here to music only, okay? So this backward slash, it has to be backward slash, it cannot be forward slash. So alternate F, no, I forgot, this is a window, so it's Control F. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to do Control F. I'm going to replace all with blank. I want to delete it. So replace all. So now on this playlist, when the head unit read this SD card or micro SD card that I have or the USB that I have, it will direct to the root of the SD card, which is the backward slash, and they go to the music folder, and they go to ABC, and they go to whatever the album's name, and it takes the song to play. Okay, so now I'm going to Control S to save it. So now if I plug this one into the TV box, Android TV box, if I plug it into my VW eGolf, Audi A8, or whatever, when I click the 80 M3U, which is they will read the playlist and they will list all the songs. So if I want to play that playlist, it will automatically play all of these songs for me. Okay, so that is how to do the playlist. So I tried a forward slash from Mac, it didn't work. It have to be backward slash. All of these have to be backward slash, okay, for it to work. So iTunes is made by Apple for Mac and iOS, but it works perfectly with Windows. So it's a very good program to organize, to import, to export songs. So you can list, when you have a song, you can list by artist, you can list by album, or you can list by name. It is so nice. So I use iTunes for everything now. A real good music player. So you can export library. You can export the whole playlist only if you plug in your iPhone. So in order for you to copy the whole iTunes, all you need to do is to go to Music, iTunes, iTunes Media, and you can just copy the whole music folder, which has everything in it, listed by artist name. Okay, so now if you want to plug your iPhone and you don't use your Mac, you use Windows, you can also sync your iPhone with it. So unlock the phone and it will tell you if you allow this device to access the photo. Oh, I said it's okay. Okay, so now if you click at the phone here, I hate this Windows. So you can click the phone icon here. iTunes is waiting for the Windows update to install the driver for this iPhone. So we go back and wait for the Windows to do that. That's why I don't use Windows. I use Mac. But anyhow, this one is for Windows. So let's see how long it's going to take. Okay, so now after they install the USB driver, now we can see this. So what you can do with iPhone is you can back up with the iTunes, is that you can back up into this computer, okay, and automatically sync when the iPhone is connected. All right, But right now, I back this up on my Mac, so that this one is for Windows, okay? So what you need to do now is just to do the music. So you want to sing music. You sure you want to remove? So I have all my songs in here, but that's okay. So we can remove and sync. All right. So let's try that. So when you remove and sync, what you can do is that you can sync the entire music library, or you only sync what you want. So for instance, I have playlist 70, 80. So what you can do is you can sync and it will transfer all the songs over for you. So let's look back into here. So right now I have this, this, and this. All right. So I have these. So these are my XR right now. So summary. So you're gonna go back here. So you go back here. If you want to sync, then all you need to do is go to the song here, music, and you're gonna sync music only, and then you're gonna click sync, and then you're gonna choose the playlist here that you already created. So you can choose this and my favorite or whatever, or you can select the artist over here and then you click apply. When you click apply, it will sync. So every time you plug in your phone, it's going to sync. So this is for Windows. Okay, so when we plug in the iPhone and we have the sync setting, so we're going to sync music onto the XR. So select it. So we're going to want to select the one that we want. Okay. We don't want to sing any of these. So it's syncing right now. Now, back up your most important data onto iPhone, from your iPhone to iCloud. So what happens when you do this, they will use a lot of document and data. If I synced the library with the iCloud, they will try everything. They update all the data and stuff. So that's why on your data, your phone data. So that's how we've been losing data every time we turn on the Mac. Okay? So you do not turn on the iCloud drive for this one. So on the iCloud, I only use Safari for all of the stuff, keychain, Find My Mac, and nothing else. Okay, so this is my Q7, and I use a USB. I can go into the USB and click on the playlist that we have just created, and you click on the 80, and all the songs will be in there. So this is a backward slash folders. So you can read. Okay, so this is the Mercedes 2015 B250. So we put in the USB and we see the playlist. And we click the playlist and it's all there again. So it's the same as the Audi. So what we're gonna do, so this one right here is the backward slash. And we click that. Actually, this one have a cache, so there's two of them. So now is also see the playlist. So this one can see both backward slash and forward slash folder.